Hey everyone, thanks for joining us in part 2 of our flat toe setup. Now, if you've been watching this series, part 1, we'll link it up above, was putting the base plate on our 2007 Tahoe. If you've watched our videos, you know we got a 2007 Tahoe a little over a year ago in anticipation of our new motorhome. This is a flat towable vehicle and we did a full video install on the base plate. We used an E-Trailer base plate. We explained it all in there. Just for reference, the E-Trailer branded products are manufactured by Demco, just so you know that. In this video, we're going to do our braking. So what is our setup for our braking? But before we get into that, please take the time, make sure you're subscribed, notification bells on, because this is a series and we will have other DIY videos that you might find useful. So let's get right into this. Now, regarding the braking system, we are going to install the Blue Ox Patriot braking system. This is a proportional braking system and it's got really good reviews, one of the most popular on the market. The reasons being is because it does the job really well and the installation is supposed to be really easy. Now, I've never installed this. I'm gonna kind of take you along with this, just like you are getting it and never seen anything. The whole point of these series is to show you that most of you are capable of installing a flat toe system. The Blue Ox Patriot braking system has been around for a while. Why I like it is that it's portable. So it's not just tied into one vehicle per se. It is completely portable. The only thing you would have to get is a new emergency breakaway switch. That's a small part, relatively inexpensive. That would be permanently mounted to the towed vehicle, but the actual unit itself is completely portable, so you can move it from vehicle to vehicle if you have multiple flat tow vehicles. Now, this Blue Ox Patriot braking system was made possible by the sponsor of this video, E-Trailer. They sponsor our channel. All the products that we used on here were ordered from E-Trailer. So let's get into this. What's in the actual box when you receive it? So the first thing we have here is the actual braking system. You can see, we'll talk about this a little bit more later, and the actual setup of it. You have your instructions, your owner manual and instructions. Your warranty. This is for the monitor. It's going to go inside the RV if you want to place it on there. This is for your, it looks like your breakaway cabling. More area for your breakaway actual cable. This is the switch over here. So this switch, if this comes out, it will activate the braking system to put the brakes on the towed vehicle. Here's your monitor, tell you if your brakes are working. Here's the 12-volt connection for the braking system and some other miscellaneous pieces, Velcro, some legs here. And it looks like it's about it. So the first thing I want to do is just find a place to put this breakaway switch. We want it to be level, kind of in an area where the tow bar is or somewhere around there. And this part is going to be facing toward the motorhome. So if this switch comes out, and it will pull out, it will activate the braking system inside. All right, first thing I'm going to do is mount that breakaway switch. Now, this is really going to be application dependent. I had made a little bit of a mistake when I initially put on the base plate. I should have mounted this at that time. I didn't really think about it, but not a big deal. I dropped the bumper. I mounted it right over here onto that base plate. You see, if you pull the pin out, that will activate that Patriot brake. So depending on what your setup is, you may or may not have to take the bumper off, but when you're going to put the base plate, if you're going to use this braking system, I'd recommend to find a place once that bumper's off. It's going to make everything a lot easier. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to run this cabling. This is the breakaway switch cable. I got to run it into the main compartment of the towed vehicle. I'm going to try to find a hole in the firewall and run this cable through. I'm going to route it around and then connect it to the breakaway switch. There's a rubber grommet for some wiring for a fuse box. I could see it on the inside under the dash. I took a screwdriver, jammed it through there, looked under the hood, and then I could see where the screwdriver was. So I just ran the cabling through that. I didn't want to drill anything through the firewall, and this firewall's pretty tight, so that wasn't too bad. All right, it's time to get this thing set up. We have the breakaway cable run. As you can see, this runs off of inertia. There's sensors in here, so there's no real per se connection to the motorhome other than the controller we'll show you inside. And all that's really doing is showing you what's going on. This is all based on motion, so it's very important on the setup. First thing we want to do, place this on the ground, and you want to put your seat all the way back, which it is. There is a height adjustment on here because this pad has to get pushed up against against this seat. So to adjust the height, you're just gonna loosen it here, and this will go up and down. I'm gonna bring it to the utmost position because that's what I'm going to need. So the next thing we're going to do, put the claw, this claw, onto the brake pedal. It's spring loaded. You want this part up top. Make sure it's in there, it's locked down. Now we're here flat. Okay, we're gonna now plug the unit in before moving the seat. You wanna make sure you plug it into constant 12-volt power. So if you can look over here, you see the red light is on. Now, if you don't have constant 12-volt power, you could use one of those portable power stations, the Jackeries, the Bluettis, any of those will work. I'm going to plug in the breakaway cable, and then you're going to hit the power button. It's gonna do a little jump that's completely normal. It should be flashing blue and green. That means it's good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push the seat up so it rests against the stopper on the blue ox. And we're going to push it up until we get the error and it's going to flash red. That means there's too much pressure. You see right there, it's red. I'm going to back it up until it goes flashing back blue and green, which we're good now. Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to hit setup and it's going to calibrate itself. So we'll push. It'll return, and if it's good, you're going to get a solid green. If you get anything other than solid green, there is an error. You can go into the manual, which is over here on the roof, and it'll tell you the different error codes and what you need. You want to make sure you're at the appropriate height. Again, if you look over here, the pads should be hitting the back of the seat. But now this is ready to go. If you want to test the breakaway cable, I'm going to do that while MJ's here. She's going to put the camera on the brake system. I'm going to pull the pin on the breakaway cable up front, and now it should activate. If I put the breakaway cable back in, it should work. It should reset. Now we're talking about towing in here, but one of the most important things on your motorhome is your black tank. You don't want a stinky black tank. You don't want a clogged black tank. And we do want to thank the sponsor of this video. It's going to be Liquefied. Liquefied makes RV specific black tank treatment. It's enzyme based, which means it liquefies and breaks down that material. Now we did a full review video on that. We'll link it up above. You can see the graphic results, but Liquefied not only has black tank treatment, they also have toilet bowl cleaner, which is pretty awesome. Here is the black tank treatment in both the Mandarin Tangerine, is that what it's called, Tangerine, as well as the Lavender 32 ounce, as well as the smaller 16 ounce. They have your gray tank treatment, often overlooked, but you can get bad sensor readers or clogs in your gray tank. And then they have the tank sensor cleaner, which we had to use on our gray tank because we weren't using the gray tank treatment, but this cleaned it right up. They have the powder, they have the liquid. They're made in the USA, small company from Matt's RV Reviews. As you know, he's the original founder of that, and they've grown into a liquefied company, which will be going to their meetup in October in Texas, which is pretty awesome. If you go to liquefiedrv.com, you use the discount code EndlessRVing, you get 24% off of your purchase. However, you can go to Walmart nationwide, Camping World nationwide, or you can go to Amazon.com. You won't get that discount, but they are available there. They're a great company and they have huge support of our channel, and their reviews are wonderful. So if you want more information about their products, or you just want to re-up on their products and use our discount code, again, go to liquefiedrv.com, use discount code EndlessRVing, get 24% off any of your purchases. Inside the coach now we have the RF controller. This is basically a display showing what's going on inside. You don't need this for that brake to function, but it's nice. So the first thing you see, brake. If I want to manually apply that brake, I hit this and the brake will activate inside of the car. If I let go, the brake will reset. Now, if you want to adjust the amount of force that the brake adds, you just go over to force. I'm going to keep it on 5. You could adjust accordingly. If you go on the menu, you have the different settings here. Sensitivity, if you want to repair, the backlight, max force, I have it at 7, but that's pretty much it on here. Let's go up to the done. This runs off of 12 volts. So you could see we have our TPMS. I just ordered a splitter because we only have one 12 volt outlet here. Very simple on this part. If I pull that pin, or that pin gets pulled on the emergency breakaway, you will see over here it's going to say breakaway cable activate or something to that extent. You see this triangle here? This will show you the amount of force that's being applied. Again, it's based on inertia. So as hard as your tow vehicle is braking, it's going to sense that. So you have to do that calibration. Another important thing is whenever you take that brake back out, you go to use it again, you got to go through that calibration phase again, but you saw it took not even a minute. Our next part of the braking system is going to be I consider next part, it's going to be the tow lights. Now, this is where it can get a little more complicated. Splicing, setting up lights. We're not doing all that. We don't need to. We're in 2025. There's a lot of technology out there. So we're going to use the Demco. This is the wireless LED light bar. This is set up for towing. Part number 6343. We're going to put all the links to each trailer for all these parts down below. This is very simple, like very simple. And this is what I like. I like simple. Here's the tow light. It's going to go into a 12 volt. And then you might be saying to yourself, well, do you have a 12 volt in the back? What if I don't? Portable power station. That's what we're going to use. And these power stations will run this for a long time. This over here will go plugged into the 7-pin connection in the back of our motorhome. Still gives you the ability to hook up lights if you need, both the 4-pin as well as the other one. This is actually the wireless transmitter. So this is going to transmit whatever signal comes from the motorhome. It's going to transmit it to here. So now remember, you have the braking system. Whenever we apply the brakes, brake lights will go on from the vehicle. And then you're going to have this whenever we apply the brakes in the motorhome. This is going to go on. This is also going to give the signal lights inside. Very stealthy. I like how this looks. It's going to be super simple to set up. The final part is it uses a suction cup and like that ram ball system. Again, very simple. So how we're going to set this up. You see we have our power stations and everything back here. We're going to find an area inside of the back here because, you know, obviously we want this facing like this. We'll do the wires going down. We do have, just so you know, we have a 12 volt here. I don't know if it's constant. We'll see right now if it's constant or not. It is. So we actually don't have to use the jackery, but I'll save a little bit on the voltage. We'll use the jackery or we'll plug in there. It doesn't really matter at this point, but you do have that option to use a portable power station. So we'll plug in here, see the constant on there. And then we're going to find an appropriate place to put this suction cup. Well, actually, let's put this on first. So how this is going to work, one side, one ball will go on one side. The ball that's already attached to the light will go on the other side. And then you could adjust this around just by loosening, unloosening it. So you have all different options to angle it, which is nice. We're going to find an appropriate angle on here. So let me suction it on here. There's a locking section here. So we'll find our area. We'll try to center it, suction in. Lock it down. It's pretty good on there. Now let's kind of move this down and let's go around. Like probably right there is good. Tighten that down. And then we're going to test all this out to see how it works. So now we're going to bring the 7-pin connection / transmitter. We'll plug that in, give that a little tug. Again, you still have options if you want to put a 4-pin or if you want to do any other lighting, which I don't know why you would, but it's there. So that's there also. Now we're going to go inside. I'm going to hit the brakes, turn signal, and we'll see if everything works. So very simple how those lights work, pretty self-explanatory. Now, if you want to go the splicing route, you can go right ahead and do that. Remember, the brake lights on the Tahoe or on your towed vehicle will be activated when you're pressing the brakes. So it's really only for the turn signals. And our back window's tinted out, so it's a little more dim. Now, to remove this system, you're going to unplug it, power off, bring your seat back. It's very simple. And then to unhook this claw, you push down, lift up, going to unplug the breakaway. Tuck that away however you want, and that's it. It is extremely light and extremely portable. So the part number for the Blue Ox Patriot flat tow system, again, 5-star reviews on eTrailer, 297 reviews. The part number is BLU37TR Tango Romeo. This is applicable to all different types of vehicles. The Demco LED tow bar light, the wireless transmitter light, 14 reviews, 5 stars on eTrailer. The part number is DM36MV, Michael Victor. Very simple setup. We have one last part of the series, going to be the tow bar setup. That's not going to be all that difficult, but we tackled what's traditionally the most difficult parts, the base plate and then the wiring's traditionally the hardest parts. But as you can see, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So in the comments below, let us know so far, what do you think about this series? I know the last video, we got a lot of positive comments. And if you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV DIY playlist. We'll also put our RV Essential Upgrades playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.